man. In America, that would be a bad bet, but we are in Europe. What the is going on here? The bad players just call with bottom pair. Oh, the damn son of a...
Queen, queen, 8, 2 spades. Hellmuth checks. Andre checks.
Everybody's missed, which means Donnie's pair of 5s is best. He's looking at a continuation bet, even though this is going to be the best hand a decent percentage of the time.
Donnie makes it 8,500.
So far this week, Phil's had a hard time laying down ace high on the flop, especially to Donnie.
How deep are you?
A little less than 100 to start the hand.
Donnie's into the big game for over 150K, so he's still down over 50.
Phil calls. Andre folds.
Donnie actually doesn't look very strong, which is surprising because his hand isn't strong enough for him to be trying to look weak on purpose.
6 of spades on the turn, giving Hellmuth the nut flush draw, and he checks.
At this point, both players probably will want to just have a cheap showdown.
There's the check by Donnie. The river, the 7 of diamonds.
Phil still only got ace high.
Hellmuth checks.
Looks like Donnie's struggling with thoughts of value betting his 5s. He has to wonder what worse hands will call him.
Stern checks.
Ace king.
And Stern wins a pot of more than 34 grand.
Pretty good check there.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh, the damn son of a...
This is my favorite part.
He had a lot of outs there. Same, yeah, same.
I think you could have bluffed him too. I think
Of course I
Danny's
could have
gonna fold.
bluffed
If
him,
you bet
but-
the river, you're gonna fold, right, Donnie?
He called the river. He's
If
an
he
internet
bet,
kid, for sure.
if he bet $2,200,
I would have raised.
he could have bet 2,200, I think.
Yeah.
You guys are never smart enough to raise the right amount.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
What the man?
That's just Phil's way of saying, nice hand, sir.
Hey,
No one in my family plays poker.
start teaching him.
No, no.
Oh.
We were discussing this. There's a massively high percentage of
Check.
people who play poker that have highbrow families, like Phil as well. And there's one person in the family who plays poker and nobody else.
17, huh?
17.
Isn't this just classic Hellmuth? Call before the flop, check on the flop, and then just get himself into trouble on the turn.
Yeah.
What do you got left there, crew?
He likes to play the pot control style, and
30,000 and
you know,
$5,000 chips.
doesn't
or
like to
what?
ever put himself in a position to play a big pot. And you know, he sometimes gets a little bit lost on turns and rivers because he hasn't bet to give himself information earlier in the hand, but he seems to get it right a lot of the time.
What did I get myself into this time, huh? Can you please tell me your... Yeah, thank you, Trill. Let her count it, that's good.
Kirill
So you don't have
Gerasimov.
to
Yeah, he
say-
made the final table of the 25K at the Bellagio, I think, around this time, and he'd won a bunch of tournaments. He was a big deal for a while.
70, 80,
89.
90,000. God, what did I get myself into here? This is brutal.
I think all this speech is just a way of trying to get his man to slow down because he's like generally uncomfortable with the, you know, with the hand.
And if there is one thing that Hellmuth is great at, he ends up laying this down. He can make a great laydown, can't
Yeah,
he?
he can. He sensed on the turn he was like not in great shape, but he just couldn't let it go for one bet. So
There are things you respect about his game, right?
he's a good folder. He's a great folder. one of the best. But no, he's obviously got a lot of things. He does a lot of things that we're not sure what he's doing, but he obviously has reasons, and
He could have
he makes
ace
it work
jack.
for him.
It's Kirill.
When I do all that talking, though, they think I'm weak. So maybe he's actually betting ace-jack? Could he think that's good?
This kind of stuff never happens anymore, does it? People talking out loud about their thought process and stuff, because people are just so tight with giving stuff how they think away and whatever. But it used to happen a lot.
He makes the laydown and then finds out later, of course, that it was the right move.
I don't think so. In America, that would be a bad bet, but we are in Europe.
Who cares anyway? With so many chances to get someone out and nobody can go.
It'll be pretty deep by the time I'm emptied away, though. It'll be like level 5.
What does 1 point guarantee in the
And look at this. This is so interesting. Phil has nothing to lose. He's in second. Devilfish and Yuha both have to win, and they're in the top 3 as well. And it's all very bunched up. So this is very interesting for Vicky Corin, who I'm sure is back in the green room watching, as she's watching her worst nightmare play out as well.
60,000.
All right, I raised 20. I'll go with you. Let's go.
Wow.
I can only promise you if I put this 20 in, I'm putting a lot in, so do whatever shit you want to do.
And Devilfish is calling with the jack high here, hoping to hit something. I can't imagine Tony folding. He loves these 3-way pots. See, he's saying he's pot stuck.
You shove, I'll shove, and we'll race it.
I can't shove. Not much to shove with.
I was going to come too.
I know you were going to come.
That was my chance to win the tournament.
I think you have like a 10-jack suited.
Go on, Devilfish.
Is that a check?
You know, and Phil may very well be thinking, well, Devilfish doesn't have any of that.
Wow.
Does he have to protect his hand here, or is he worried about a trap?
You know, I think his chips are going in the pot anyway. I mean, I can see a justification for a check, but with that kind of board where it's exactly. I mean, I think he's just got to go ahead and push it in.
10 jacks.
I actually believe you.
I might actually believe you will. Well, Phil, you can't really beat very much, so you might want to think about believing
Probably
it.
should have moved in myself.
That would have won the pot. So it looks like Devilfish is probably going to expand his lead here. Unlikely that Phil will call.
I don't think I can call it off with ace high here.
Let a bit of steam out.
Huh? Steam? Well, let's see, last year you called 20 more with the jack 9 and moved in.
Very good read, by the way.
If I had ace king, I've already called you, though.
Yeah? Well, do you think if I had ace king beat, I wouldn't have raised you?
Next time play with ace king.
I want to re-raise it all in before the flop, buddy. Think about it.
Oh, Devilfish is trying to get a call here. He's trying to convince him.
What do you mean that's not muck around? I can call here. I have ace 5, and I'm seriously thinking about calling. I saw the bluffs he made against me last year.
You declared your hand, you can't call. You said you'd call with ace king.
I think ace 5 is good,
of a human boiler. I like it.
You might have called my hand dead right here. Let's go, baby.
That's sick.
That's funny. You called my hand dead right and I bluffed him off the pot.
You're jacks.
I jacked
He did. He was one tip away from calling Devilfish's hand. Now he's trying to rile Phil up. Do you see this?
Mercier checks his straddle.
No one has that much discipline to not show the bluff there.
4-5 king. Hellmuth checks.
Jason's flop bottom pair.
Bets 1,200. Snap raised by Hellmuth.
Hellmuth's clearly steaming, and there aren't a lot of hands he'd limp with a king pre-flop.
Mercier calls.
Jason's probably picked up on Phil's aggravation level, wants to see another card.
Ace of clubs on the turn. Hellmuth bets 8,000.
Phil's acting quickly again. He's picked up a gut shot, but this is a bluff. Jason knows the ace isn't likely to have affected too much, again, from Phil limping pre-flop.
Mercier calls. The river. The 6 of hearts.
Check.
Phil checks.
Check.
Jason checks.
Jack high.
Phil's not going to like that.
Wow. Soul read there from the young Mercier. He's good, that guy, too. What the is going on here? The bad players just call with bottom pair. I call 9,000 more with jack 10 or whatever the hell he had. I just spike a jack like it's nothing.
Like 2 jacks.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, Donnie. Well done.
I would be.
That's fine. You made a good call. I just want to play another 5-6 hours and see how many times you lose with hands like that. Jason, I think, is an excellent player.
He just said he was a bad player.
I'm the
Right
bad
after the
player,
hand, you go, these
apparently.
bad players. And he's the one who made these bad players calling me with bottom pair. See, that's the thing. You insult him because you're losing and feel like it's okay.
I thought you hit the 6. I was kind of upset. That's
You
why
thought he hit the 6?
I made a disgusting check on
You
the
went
river.
check.
God, I just lost.
Put him on 6-7.